Yeah, Google's on the ball. It is the Kent Beck Scrum. It's Michael. I was in the marketing meeting with Michael earlier on. That was okay. We sorted a few things out. Since then, I've been trying to clean up the local support project a bit. I've merged one PR. I've actually started working on one chore. Yeah, I'd hope to like get through all of the pull requests in the backed up pull requests on or old and outstanding ones in local support. Haven't got as far as I would like, but I've made some progress. We've got the local support meeting coming up after this one. I am not blocked, but running open source projects requires more time, it would seem. Michael, how are things going with you?
Good. So I'm just here for the try and get this straightened out with the Unicode issues or whatever
Yeah,
with community support that's
yeah,
apparently only occurring on your computer.
indeed. Okay.
Because I'd rather get this straightened out offline than spend like
No, totally. Well, that's exactly
hours face to face just bashing on something like this.
right. Right. Yes. Well, let's try and get it sorted then. The bing bong, bingly bonk, bonk bonk bonk. Okay, that's not the right. There, this is the right thing. So here, I'm on. I mean, let's just have a look at the. Like, this is the right commit, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, let me go and just shut. I don't know. Like, so this is the code. Why does it always take 2 to come up on that one? But so when I run Python 3 data dump here, it thinks about it for a bit, and then it says this. And you were saying
That's what you got before, right?
right, or yeah, I mean here is on dates. Now you were saying about going to line 37.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This probably won't fix it, but whatever.
Okay, so the thing that like basically
It's not in there. It's in Slack posts because it calls to Slack posts.
okay here.
Yeah, add an encoding there.
Okay. Trackpad, magic trackpad, not as magic as it should be. Okay, come here. So the thing that we need. No, so yeah, I didn't comment it out when I was like opening it before. It was like it was opening me commented. I don't know. There was some kind of weirdness on my system. I showed you that screenshot to show like I'm getting like really weird stuff. Like anyway, so okay, so here, so in the open and not in the reader.
In the just in the open, I think.
Okay,
Just try that.
all right.
Probably won't fix it.
But yeah, I was like opening file. Yeah, no, so that hasn't fixed it.
I mean, so the question is, what like to get to the bottom of why this is. We had printed out the keys, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that we were discovering was that basically that it's pushing the
But it's on every line, right?
the bomb thing is on the front of the
On every line.
no, well, I mean like the whatever it's opening is the stripe customers.csv. I mean, I'll just move it off here. I mean, what we want really is a private repo where we can check in the these files with sensitive data to make sure that we're operating on a file with the same encoding. Because maybe the problem is that that just so happens that whatever, because we got the file went through Stripe or what have you, has got some weird thing here. So now suddenly here I'm looking at script.py and that's got line 37 in there, but that's not, we shouldn't be looking at. Oh, what is going on?
What?
Okay, I think I've got like an older, I got like an outdated. Good grief, what is it? So it's slackpost.py. It's trying to open av stripe customers.csv. In the Stripe customers file that I've got here, I've only got like email and plan and created. It's only got like 3, like Stripe customers doesn't have a date.
Well, maybe you should get one with a date.
Well, it has created UTC in it.
But it's not Stripe customers, right? Or is it?
Well, the place that you were just telling me to update here
Or am I
is
wrong?
open. I mean, let's have a look like here.
So which one is throwing the error again?
So let's have a look at the stat trace. So we're going through data dump, and then it's going into Slack post py on line 24, right? So okay, so the place that we were
So add it to the other.
yeah,
one.
it's the PayPal thing, not the Stripe one that's having the issue at the moment.
So if you add the encoding to
Yeah,
that,
I'm doing that. Okay, so there's the PayPal payments. I'm also going to have a look at the PayPal payments. Yeah, so that has dates started at the top, first one. So now, oh gosh, I'll bring it back. Okay, so this is here. Now we've got the encoding on the PayPal payment CSV, and that works.
So that resolves it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just add that coding equals UTF-8. So it's SIG, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would be great is if we
make sure that on my side it's gonna
still work. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be great, of course, is having a test suite that one could run on different platforms. But anyway.
But how would you actually run it on different platforms?
Well, I mean, like just like this, but like rather than, I mean, I guess you could say it's overkill for what we're doing now, but like there may be other issues that we encounter with other bits and pieces. I'm not suggesting that we necessarily set up some sort of CI to run it on different platforms, but if there was a test suite, like that, if these different operations that were the transformations of the files and so on were like separate things that in modules that could be unit tested, and we had a suite of unit tests that tested all of these things were doing the right thing and they worked and what have you, then instead of it being this kind of whack-a-mole thing, we could run the test suite on my system, on your system, on any system, in order to check that everything was working the way it's supposed to be working. Do you know what I mean?
We do have tests, but they're not very much. But
right.
Principally, you could, like, if you look at test bootstrap.py, you could bring that under. Because I'm like calling, for instance.
Well, we're right. So we have got some tests, test bootstrap.py, but we've got run tests. Yeah. So we've got this set of things here. Right.
Right, but if you look at it, it's running the other thing, total posts per week ending on given day. There's no necessarily in principle we could be running that larger method.
Yeah, and
but you'd have to be providing
at the moment. None of these are interacting with the file system.
None of them are because, well.
So we could have like Stripe _customers _example.csv with some dummy data in there. Right. Also in the repo highlighting the format that the data needs to be in for someone else wanting to use it from scratch, and then it could be loading one of those files and like doing like we could have acceptance tests of a sort. Anyway, I mean, very good, wonderful that we've on Python 3 and that we are like with this we are able to run that thing on both yours and my system. So that's jolly good. Did you? And yeah, I guess you just gonna make that. Or should I even like having made that change on my side? Should I just like push it up into that branch for you?
I just pushed it.
Okay. Into the same branch.
I need to also just update, like just go through and make sure the other files are still running, and then I'll pull that in to our main branch beyond Python 3.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to pull out what you put in and run the whole thing. And run this, which that loads locally. Okay. Yep. So, cool. Right. Well, I think I'll go and get ready for the local support meeting.
I think we might not actually need it to upgrade to Python 3, but if we
no, but still good to be there. Yeah. Cool. Nice one.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye for now.